Alrighty, we are live. This is wonderful. Good morning. Hello, beautiful humans. It is Wednesday, April 19th, which means that it is 420 Eve, which is now like a holiday. And I'm loving how Connecticut's doing it, right? I'm really loving Canna Warriors. I appreciate you. I appreciate your work in all of the fun ways. So tomorrow, yes, there's going to be a big old party that starts. I think the party actually is going to start at 420 on 420. So over at Heaven Skate Park, they're going to be doing their thing. But before that, there's going to be a whole bunch of, social justice warriors, a whole bunch of folks fighting to make sure that equity happens within cannabis as it comes into Connecticut legally. So Canna Warriors is hosting an event outside of the LOB tomorrow. I know they're going to be there around lunchtime because I know I won't be there. I've got to be at a different luncheon, which is another big deal. But I'm here today to talk about our peaceful revolution. Um, let's see, keyframe is too low. Oh well, there we go. So I'm here to talk about our peaceful revolution, and right now in the comments there's the thing about our Patreon, so patreon.com, KCC1023. Get over there, and as you listen to me talk about this, if you donate to our Patreon, thank you so much. And if you support us through our Patreon, if you support the work that we do, from $3 a month all the way up through $100 a month, thank you all so much. And right now I'm talking very specifically to all of the $18 a month people, right? And the thank you is to the $18 a month people. So if you get the Hartford Current, I'm going to be posting it on our page. Other people are posting it. But there's an article in the Hartford Current today, and it was about queer youth homelessness. Allison Cross, thank you so much, Allison, wrote an article called "Trauma on the Streets," and in it, she knew that there was a problem with homelessness in the United States of America, right? But definitely an issue with queer homelessness and queer youth homelessness in our area. So she got in touch with me and asked the thing that reporters always have to ask, which is, do you know someone who is affected by this issue right now who I can talk to? And that's her job, and she's supposed to do that, and she needs to talk to those people. But remember, I've been doing this for a minute now. I'm not new to this game. Let's talk about this part. When I used to work for True Colors, we hosted that amazing youth conference, and one of the big deals about that youth conference, one thing that everyone, not that a lot of folks, a lot of social workers and such really enjoyed, was going to the queer youth in care panel, right? So I would put together a panel of youth who are in out of home care and foster care, and create a space for them to talk about their lived experience. Now, when I first got this assignment as a job assignment, I was like, let's talk about this poverty pimping thing, right? Let's talk about people who consume trauma in almost a vampire type way, and I'm feeling very, very uncomfortable with that. But it was the job. So part of what went along with the job and part of what went along with the training for the young people on that panel was, addressing the pink elephant in the room. And the big pink elephant in the room is that these are kids and were kids who are in out of home care in the moment. And we were putting them in front of grown-ups, and their job was to tell grown-ups about their pain. And when that happens, no matter what us as facilitators say, they're children, right? And they're experiencing this lifetime. And as they're experiencing this lifetime, they're experiencing horrible inequities, and their lives are not fair, and awful things are happening to them. And they believe in grown-ups because they're still children. And we're putting them in a room where dozens of grown-ups are sitting in front of them consuming their stories of pain. And the young people always believed and thought that somehow when they shared their story, people would hear how unfair it was, people would hear how wrong it was, and then the fairy godmother, the social work supervisor, the area supervisor, someone was going to come in and make it better, because there's no way that people can hear this horrible, terrific, tremendous pain and inequity and not make it better, right? So not only were we hurting our children by getting them to, traumatize themselves as they share their stories for other people's consumption, but we were also giving them this sense of false hope. Even though it was like, well, come on, you're not telling them that anyone's going to make it better. No, I'm not. But when a 14-year-old shares that everyone who's ever taken care of them has taken advantage of them physically, and now the place where they live doesn't like them, and today when they were leaving and getting dressed, the people in the house were making fun of them for going to that gay shit, they really believe that the people in front of them who are going, they believe those people are going to make it better, right? And they don't. So that was not okay. But those stories are necessary because in order to make things better, we need stories. So what do we do with this? How do we do this? How do we handle this, right? Um, and so we dealt with that as we did. I did the work with young people that I do that you can hear about from those young people who are now grown people doing amazing work out in the world. Hell yeah, y'all are doing some amazing work out in the world because you got strong ass voices and can't no one tell you shit because guess what? The powers that be might not like you, they might not take care of you, but you've got you and you've got your peers. So anyways, Allison gives me a call and she wants to talk to someone who's experiencing this right now. Now, journalistic integrity is incredibly important. There's no way that Allison can pay human beings for their voice. She wanted to talk to someone, Sincere, who is quoted in the article. And if Sincere's name wasn't used in the article, I wouldn't be using Sincere's name right here, right? Um, but she wants to talk to someone, and let's talk about Sincere because Sincere had that beautiful Kimura conversation that is the other side of that $18. So if you give me $18, let me tell you about the other side of that $18 conversation. So Sincere, read the article. You're going to read about Sincere's life. And when I asked Sincere if he was willing to talk to this person, I made it very, very clear. This article is probably not going to do a daggone thing to make your lived experience any better. It really isn't. And if they end up using your name, we have that conversation. Maybe they'll use your name. Maybe they won't. It's up to you. You can tell them if you don't want them to use your name. Sometimes reporters are awesome and they let you make up the name that they'll use for you. So we talked about that. But also, if you use your name, know that this is going to mark you and people might, if they hear your name, they might say, hey, are you that sincere? Are you willing to do this? But know that as you share your story and share your voice, it probably won't do a daggone thing to make your lived experience better. However, it will lay the groundwork and the foundation for people who read this article to think about it and to talk about it and to talk about it with other people and to go to all of the places where things happen where you will probably be making the world better for other people going forward in another way, right? So here's that 18 thing. If you give me $18 a month on Patreon, you hear we've got high, we talk about to life, we talk about this is believing in the future. All the pictures around 18 are like beautiful old folks and young folks like it's we believe in this esoteric future. Do we know what it is? No, but we're laying the groundwork for it, right? So Sincere needed to share his story in order to make the world a better place for other people. Sincere giving of his emotional labor and himself in such a vulnerable way and not being compensated for it is wrong. So $18 people, y'all paid him. We paid him. We cash apped him. We sent him money, and it was, hey, Sincere, are you willing to talk to this person? Can you talk to this person? Okay, great. Let's talk about what this is. Thank you so much. This is tremendous emotional labor. We, as a community, as a society, we can't thank him enough. And to talk about his grit and determination, dude, the fact that we haven't killed him yet, read the article, right? So more than anything else, this is a thank you. And this is me asking you all, imploring you, read the article and talk about it. If you're coming to our Thinking and Doing days this weekend, if you come to Thinking Day, so here's the fun thing. If you're coming to Thinking Day and you want to talk about the article, Sincere's going to be working the door. So ask him about the article. And again, thank you, because there's this weird, strange alchemy, manipulated alchemy that I've created. And when I talk to people about the Patreon, they go, oh, Kimura, what's this for? And so how do you fund this? Here's a great example, that article that hopefully will create change for other people. Sincere stepped out in faith, believing that his words will make the world a better place for other people. Those of you who give me $18 a month, you stepped out in faith. You gave me this money, believing that I would spend it in a responsible manner. And I think we did that this one time. So thank you all very, very much. Have a great day. I'll see you this weekend because I need you. I need you Saturday. It looks like we're going to be canceling Sunday or postponing Sunday because it's going to rain. And there's only so much you can do with power equipment and clean up during the rain. But come hang out with us and let's continue the conversations. If you're a member, see you at the community conversation Friday morning, 10 a.m. on Zoom. If you're a community member, I will see you at, I think the community conversation part is like 3:30. But look at the whole agenda for the day. See you at 10:30 for Narcan training. Have a great day. Happy 420 Eve.